What is going on, guys? TD Presents here, back bringing you guys some MUT 25. Hopefully in this video we can come away with 2 victories, clinch up that playoff berth, and then start working on that first round bye. But first we gotta go through my opponent, who has 99s at every single position, as Jimmy Graham kind of teleports across the field for that catch. A little bit of a weird animation, but yes, my opponent has a 99 at every single position. He's running some duplicates, a bunch of Pro Bowl Deion Sanders at his cornerbacks, and he's got that Jimmy Graham who already has over 80 yards on the first drive. But we force him to a 3rd and goal. You can see I'm playing some defense with Will Fork. Now I'm bringing the pressure, but he still finds Graham in the end zone, and we fall down early. But you guys see me running the read option with Josh Cribbs. Someone told me to grab his ghost version that's a quarterback. I went ahead and did that. I'm going to be using him kind of as a wildcat quarterback, running some read option. But we still have Alex Smith delivering those darts. He converts a 3rd and 18, and now we're moving down the field. But as you can see, the clock, we're already under the 2-minute warning. My opponent had a very long drive. Now I'm putting together a little bit of a long drive. And Alex Smith, he's rolling out right. He's looking down the field for Doug Baldwin, but they call him out of bounds. Definitely a bit of a drive killer, because now we have 21 seconds, and I tried running a little bit of a halfback draw there, and he blows it up in the backfield. So we're going to play it safe. We're going to take our 3 points, because we do get the ball in the second half, and hopefully we can make something happen. So we got Cribbs back in the game. We're going to run a halfback screen to Jamal Charles. He's getting loose down the field. It looks like he's going to go all the way, but here comes a horde of Deion Sanders to bring him down. And now on 3rd and 9, Alex Smith in the shotgun formation looks for Andre Johnson, but he's unable to hang on, so we're forced to kick yet another field goal. So my opponent running that play action, and when I was looking at this film, Joe Hayden, every time there's a play action, he reacts so slow and gets burnt every single time. But we force my opponent to a 3rd and 4, but he finds Jimmy Graham again. 8 catches for 125 yards. That makes me want to go rebuy my Jimmy Graham. But here on 3rd and 5, we dropped the interception, so he's going to go for it on 4th and 5. He's looking down the field. He has Graham open, but we're able to get the sack. Justin Tuck with a huge play, so all we need to do is get a field goal, and we got this. But look at that play right there. I throw a bad pass. It looked like he was wide open, but Troy Polamalu comes away with the interception. And I was kind of happy. I didn't know if I wanted to let him score or try and get the stop. If we let him score, we're down 8 with 1.5 minutes. And Alex Smith, 2 plays later, finds Andre Johnson down the field. He's going to end up taking it to the house. And there's a chance. We're down 2. I'm going to run this read option with Cribbs and Rob Gronkowski. He can't hold the block. We end up getting stuffed, and we come out with a 2-point loss. But hey, it was still a good effort. He had 99s across the board. I've never seen that. I've seen a bunch of 99s with some 98s and 97s, but not all 99s. So now we're starting off the second game. Hopefully we can turn things around. Alex Smith in that pistol formation. We're in a little play action, and oh my goodness, what the heck was that? Alex Smith, not a good pass. I wanted to go and sub in my Tom Brady right after that. Probably not the best read by me, but that pass was about 5 yards to the right. He ends up scoring 2 plays later, so we're trying to get the run game going now. Jamal Charles making people miss, getting in the open field, staying in bounds. Look at Jamal Charles picking up some serious yardage, and then he goes for a little somersault after that. So on 3rd and 2, we give it to Emmitt Smith, goes up the middle, and he is just short. So I end up going no huddle, and I just flipped a play, and it looks like we have it, but Tony Gonzalez, he gets beat off his block. So my opponent kicks a field goal, takes a 10-0 lead, and we are not playing well right now. Definitely a little bit of my fault, and we aren't holding some of our blocks, but we got to get things going. We find Tony Gonzalez. We're going to start running this no huddle. Now we got Cribbs in there on accident, but hey, he makes a great pass, finds Gonzalez once again, and with 9 seconds remaining and no timeouts, we're going to take a shot at the end zone. Alex Smith stepping up, finds Golden Tate for the touchdown, and we really needed that. So we're down 10-7, starting the second half. He's looking across the middle. He's going to find Randall Cobb. And we just cannot get a stop on defense. But we do force him to a 3rd and 8. Looks across the middle once again. And Brian Dawkins matched up with a wide receiver. Something we don't want. I don't know why that was. And then he goes with that same exact play action play to the other side and finds Jared Cook once again. Definitely a bad play call by me. But Emmitt Smith, He does not want to come out with a loss in this game. He's breaking out of tackles. He's off to the races. He's going to make a little bit of a back juke. And he is getting into the end zone. That's exactly what we needed. And now all we need is a stop. 1st and 10. He's going to run a fullback dive. But Brian Dawkins lays him out. And Justin Tuck comes away with the fumble recovery. And we have a chance. Alex Smith, 3rd and 8. He's going to drop back to pass. Look for Andre Johnson. And he was wide open, and it hits him right in the chest. I have no idea what happened there, and then I get stubborn. I go for the same exact route. I wanted to throw it at his feet like I always do, but he threw it at his chest once again, and we come out with another close loss. That game was definitely on me. We shouldn't have lost. I feel like some things didn't go our way, but I definitely will take the blame for the loss. So I decided to go ahead and just open up a random pack. Maybe we can get somebody. But we don't get anybody really good in this pack. I end up getting my value back, but hey, we were looking for a player. So now we're going to jump into a 3rd game. Once again, my opponent with a very good team. And I thought it was hilarious. I always keep my mic plugged in because those Connect users that blast their TV and then it starts going through your TV, it always messes up my recording. So I always have my mic plugged in. But I never talk to my opponent. But this guy, he was doing a lot of talking through his Connect. I have never played somebody that talks so much smack in my life. And I wasn't saying a single thing back. You can see here, Nnamdi drops the interception. And I was so upset. I was like, I'm going to quick sell him if he does that again. But the very next play, he comes away with the interception, making up for it. Don't worry, Nnamdi, I would never quick sell you or even put you in the auction house. We get the turnover, and we are in business, up 7-0. And now we're going with a little bit of a play action. Alex Smith finding Rob Gronkowski, picking up some yards after the catch. And we're going to start off the 2nd quarter, 2-minute warning. Hand this one off, Smith to Smith. And he gets into the end zone, and we're up 14-0. Now 1st and 10, my opponent looking right. Going to throw it deep down the field. Devin McCourty drops the interception that could have been huge. So in the next play, he runs almost the same exact play, and Devin McCourty comes away with it this time. First, Nnamdi redeems himself. Now McCourty. And if we score here, this is probably the ball game. Josh Cribbs, he brings a blitz. We run a screen that usually turns out pretty well, and it does here. Jamal Charles gets in the end zone. And you guys see me diving into the end zone. It's probably the first time you've seen me do that, but this guy just kept getting on my nerves talking that smack. But hey, I let the scoreboard do the talking. He ends up going for it on 4th down. Ends up quitting the game. Not surprised. He was one of those opponents. So we do come out with a win. We need one more for the playoffs. So hopefully we can get it in the next video. Thanks for all the support, guys. I'm TD Presents. Peace.